better leave it to the professionals.
Blessed by Bundy, blah, blah, blah.
Started off with a bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Surfing on the web and I'm shooting at 3. I've been goated when I got my G. I'm an alien boy from a different planet, yeah. So I got my drink, I'm riding in the 1920s Model T Ford. Call her Era Lord. Call me Levi, playing on the keys, boy. And I'm about to put my gloves on. If I said it, then I meant that. Yeah, I like that one, I'm about to get that. Crash that whip for the drumsticks, whiplash. I'm about to get them all. Are you with that? In a white boat, surrounded by blue. I want one, but I got a cop too. I wanna fly high in the sky, arms out wide, trying to soar from a bird's eye view. I'm on fire, Ricky, Bobby, cracking the pavement, Whitney, Bobby. I'm a Saki bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Bruce Wayne been a dog, and I keep it 101, cause I'm feeling kinda spotty. You sipping on some rock, and I'm sipping on octane. The only thing around my neck is the
Started off with a
blockchain.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
NFT, Twitter, blockchain. Seeing with the ghosts and we ballin' like LeBron James. Crypto. We can make a trade, get the memo. Refuse not falling for the FOMO. Listening to Coffee with Captain. You know we worldwide, they loco. I ain't never gonna stop rapping. Orlando, yeah, we working magic. We rocking Ethereum NFTs. I just went and caught me a half-bake. Man, I gotta shout out
Started
the
off with a
party.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hoes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Freaking the mood to choose one, but they got knowledge to move, son. I'm shocking in shades with my brother in suits. Yeah, them blues is coming. Even though it's hard to pick, eeny, miny, mo, soda on the mix, no biting lips, it's time to go. Index number 1, no thumbs up, you gotta scroll. Looking at the ghost in studio, it's time to go. I had a helmet on by myself until I met a mask that wanted to have a face off. So I had to bring my chainsaw, full tank of gas in the drive with my brakes off. I'm A1, but a different kind of steak sauce.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin, where we dive into all things crypto, NFTs, Web3, and cutting-edge technology. Remember, nothing here is financial advice. Early-stage tech can be exceptionally volatile and risky. So grab your coffee and join Cap and Steve for today's conversation.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain GM. Thanks so much for joining us. Everybody done so do favorite drops and GM in the chat down below. Then head up top, smash that like, repost, and bookmark on today's space. Greatly appreciate it. Warms up the algo and does us a real solid. You also find, we got to give credit to our YouTube crew. Osiris first over this morning. Osiris wins the comment of the year, followed by Warped Joe grabbing the screen grab of the year. If you missed it, shared it a couple times on the timeline. It's worth a flash here on the screen this morning. Maybe my finest thumbnail work of all time, and couldn't have had a better comment on there other than what Osiris shared. This was this won't be the last time you see this, by the way. But I did sell a portion of my Monad airdrop. I kept some, fortunately. I also have an open long. I almost hit my take profits at 44.9. We touched like 4.85 last night, and then went back down to my entry point, and now we're back up to like 4.67 this morning. Excuse me. So we will. I'm gonna. My thinking is I'm gonna try to trade this. It's just it seems to be very It's ranging, not range bound because it continues to go up, but it just stair steps up, and then you see the sell-offs, and then you see the stair steps up, and then the sell-offs, the stair steps up, and the sell-offs. I believe, I don't know. It's way too early to do any TA on this sort of stuff. Not that I could do that anyways, but I do believe market makers doing their things. And yeah, thanks for the assist on the meme. It's my finest work. Also, reminder that I actually got my haircut yesterday and almost got sold on the beard dye, the hair dye, but I held off, did not do that. But reminder here that probably needed. Yes, happy early Thanksgiving, Maria. Almost Thanksgiving. I did pin up top. I know we've had issues with carousel this week that despite 60-some thousand views, that's actually what I was looking at when it wasn't Monad ripping that gave me those eyes. It was rather the impressions on the carousel that apparently 60-some thousand people have seen on X, everyone except everyone that listens to the show. I digress. But the special announcement, I pinned it up top. We'll hit it again here later after we get the show warmed up. But a extra special Thanksgiving Day host tomorrow for episode 1040. That is pinned up top. I'll let you go connect the dots to see who your special host will be. I'll be joining in via audio only. I think it'll be probably audio only show the next 2 days due to holiday events and travels and whatnot. So probably our last stream of the week, and then we'll be back next Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern time as always. But yeah, extra special co-host up there. It is it's in the Jumbotron. Go smash that reminder for tomorrow's show. If you did hit the reminder on the one, actually, never mind. No one saw the carousel. If you happen to see the carousel and hit Thursday or Friday reminder, you can disregard that. Go hit the one up top instead. Will be a new one for Friday as well. Ended up at 73,000 impressions on the carousel this week, and not one of those 73,000s was a Coffee with Captain listener somehow. I think it really, I did it truly because I wanted to get the carousel out there. But the feedback and the fact that no one here saw it and I can't see it, it's, we might have a full-blown X conspiracies with Cap segment at some point, because math ain't mathin', doesn't make any sense. Especially when one of the things I shared was it's specifically supposed to be served up to people that have engaged with my post previously. So other than those of you that tune in every morning, you're the group that engages with my post most frequently, and none of you saw it. I have no faith and confidence in Twitter ads or boosted posts actually getting to the right people. I digress. I guess it still drive you numbers though. If you were wondering how these KOLs get 70 to 100,000 plus views on random posts that don't get any don't really get much engagement, there's your answer. Not trying to out anyone. It is what it is. I'm not sure what's on Dort's mind this morning, although he shares in the chat raccoons as household pets becoming more popular in America. Is this really a thing? I did not know. I'm all about, my life goal is just retire on a dog ranch somewhere. Should have done that in 21, 22. But and then I make responsible decisions this week that I'm not even kidding. Partially, I did it for the story, the meme, the narrative, the bit. That I've shared. I'm in a contract on a house. I've got we're not going to close for over another month, but I had a escrow deposit was due on Monday. Yes, Monday. Yeah, I believe Monday. Yesterday? Yes, it was Monday. Monday was Monad TG, right? I'm not mistaken. This is day 2, or am I out of my mind? Was it actually yesterday? My brain is warped. It's a holiday week. Help me out on this one. Whether it was Monday or Tuesday, it doesn't matter. Irrelevant for the story. I attempted to do the responsible thing, and not that I necessarily needed Monad. It was a moment in time, kind of like a couch. Like if I needed a couch, selling an airdrop, parlaying it into a couch, wise, prudent, responsible decisions. I didn't necessarily need a couch, but I'm buying a home. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's throw some Monad at the home. So it can be, assuming I do close, it can be the house that Monad built. And no, it's not, I didn't have that much airdrop. It's not buying the house, but it did absolutely go towards the escrow deposit. And had I just waited, it might've been, it's heading towards like the full escrow deposit. Maybe it could have been the house that Monad built. That would even be a better bit if Monad rips up, I don't know, hundreds of billions, and my airdrop would have been worth a small Midwestern house. But I'm kidding, kind of. Actually had massive regret yesterday, though, just because I did the responsible thing and not my gut, and started MFing my realtor, telling him that he cost me at least, I don't know, $2,500 on selling an airdrop too early. I kid, I didn't cuss him out or anything, but the conscious thought popped in my head, like, man, this freaking house is going to be, it's already a money pit. The money pit's already adding up, but I haven't even closed on the thing yet because it's costing me monad gains. Monad's underpriced. I wasn't so sure. I didn't know how high I'd go. Brad said it. It is underpriced. Let's look. I know we're in cold open still. Sorry, I'll get the disclaimer out here all over the place. I got the special co-host for tomorrow news right before the show and got me excited, and thought some of you who've been missing our guy as well might be excited. So yeah, if you haven't yet hit the sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. If you haven't hit the reminder for tomorrow, it's up top. You're not going to want to miss it. We got a cameo co-host that's hosted, I don't know, maybe close to 1,000 shows here. We'll be back tomorrow and Friday. Go hit that up top, and we'll remind you again as we get things warmed up here. But truly happy holiday week to everyone. I am really excited. It's going to be some new Thanksgiving delicatessens for my palate this year. You all, if you've been here, you could guess what sort of food I'll be having tomorrow that I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, Monad, as I said, all that said, I'm sorry, I will get the action disclaimer out of the way. Thanks for being here. As always, nobody financial advice in the show. I'm not a financial advisor. Sure that you're a financial advisor. Crypto is risky, NFTs is risky, meme coins, except risk. Go to zero notice. Please don't put any money you can't afford to lose. Know that I hold tokens I talk about from time to time, including Monad, including MegaEth, and I do have a embedded bias on some of these. So please just join us for some fun, some information, maybe a little bit of education along the way. Now that that's out of the way, show me your Monad memes. What are we buying on Monad? I'll fire up a bro.fun run here in a bit. I'm down on bro.fun. May or may not have fired a few extra runs because it is rather addictive. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that right now as we're warming things up. Maybe if we get a good show today, let's do this. If we hit say 150 listeners, I'll give away a bro.fun run on me. No sponsors, just 150 live listeners concurrent in the X audio spaces, not adding up YouTube and abstract and X video, just an X audio. If we hit 150, I'll do a bro.fun run, and we'll give I'll up this to, we'll start it. Help me do the math. I can't. 100 Monad is 5 cents, $5, 5 cents, right? So what is the math? I just got to do the math. I do like the unit value. I do like more tokens than less. 100 Monad is $5 or 460. Okay. So let's say we'll do 250 Monad to a listener if we hit 150 concurrent in the audio spaces. 250 would be like $25, right? No. $11. Let's do, you know what? We'll do 500. There we go. 500 is a good round number. 500 Monad, almost $25 to a listener if we get to 150 concurrent today. We're going to run one right now and see how we do as we're warming things up, and then we will get rolling into why Monad is. I did middle. I think you got to change it up because the middle one has busted me the last few. All right, here we go. We're going to start the day. We're going to start the show off with a bang. All right, we got to do one more just to, we got to end on a high note. If I hit this time, the 2X is the answer. I don't think there's any. All right, here we go. This is the one. Where do we go here? This is the tough one. Actually, the next one's only 3, so it's even harder. Come on. All right, we're cashing out. There we go. All right, we're back. We're back almost into the black. Not quite, but we'll book the win and move on. Why is Monad underpriced? Because there's other things that don't have the motion, don't have the funding, and are still at a higher valuation. I'm not saying it's underpriced forever. I'm not saying it holds here. I'm just saying right now it's hard to look at Monad. I got to scroll all the way down to find it. Actually, I'm just going to do a search. It's 94th That can't be right. There's no way. No way it's 94th. What was I searching? What was I sorted by? 94th. That's okay, because it's so I don't get this. It's showing the market cap. It's showing the market cap at 500 million. FDV is 4.6. I thought it was all circulating. What am I missing? I thought it was all in circulation minus the locked up team tokens. What am I missing? Oxy, why is it showing, like on CoinMarketCap, why is it showing the market cap at 400 million? Isn't in fact only 10% of the tokens unlocked?
Yeah, so it should be based on fully diluted value. But I can't see your screen, but is it so it's filtering on market cap?
Yeah, just CoinMarketCap.
But it's ranking it based on market cap. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
And it's 400K. Or what is it? 400 mil? 400 mil.
Yeah, 460 million. No, I'm sorry, 508 million. So it just doesn't even, the math doesn't even math. This doesn't make any sense. Like there's no math where it should be that, unless there's some weird amount of coins in circulation. 508 million is what it's showing as the market cap. 1.2 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. Let me find circulating supply. It says the circulating supply is 10.83 billion and the total is 100 billion though, right? So, but that just, there's no way, that's just wrong, right? There's way more than 10.8% in circulation. Or am I completely mistaken here?
Yeah, I'd have to look at the tokenomics. Maybe it is 10%. That seems astronomical. Like that doesn't sound right to me at all. But I would have to look at the tokenomics for that, because that's like the lowest float I've ever heard of for a TGE of a L1 chain.
We're back in high FTV, low float. Is this do we re-enter the?
I guess just run it back.
Why not? The people like it. Actually, one of it might have been Brad said this morning. Like, as long, or maybe recheck one of them, as long as the people can get in, and it's not just the VCs that are in the high FD, low float. Like, give us the big number. We like bigger numbers are better than lower numbers. It's all a meme, and it's all going to zero anyways at some point. I kid. I'm not like doom and gloom, but yeah. So FDV wise, let me sort by why. Okay, so sorting by FDV. Let's do this. This is a better list, I think. Anyone who disagrees, check me, give me with some real info. But let me share this, and then I appreciate everyone coming up on screen. We will dive into any other conversation in a minute. I'm sure there's a lot more to talk about than just Monad today. A couple of mints yesterday we talked about. Here we go though. This is sorted by FDV. You got Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, BNB, Solana. Hype, none of that is surprising. The number you're seeing here on the left is where they rank in terms of market cap, circulating market cap. Tron, Doge. So Doge at a 22 billion FTD still. Cardano at 18 billion. Like, serious question. I'm not just shit posting or making things up. Like, what do you really think is used more a year from now? Monad or Cardano? One is either overpriced or one is underpriced, maybe both. WET 18 billion, World Liberty Financial 15 billion, SUI 15 billion. Now, I don't know enough to I haven't, like, I wasn't deep in SUI. I have a little bit over there. I did like the Popkins mint, or attempted to anyways. I don't think they did anything that Monad has done differently, or I don't think they did anything that Monad didn't do. I think Monad's more performant. I think Monad's raised more money. Am I correct in that, Oxy or Alpha DJ back there? Are either of you familiar with SUI or Sue, or however the hell you say it, and their raise and why they would be valued at 3x, or can they justify a 3x valuation over Monad?
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with them or they're like revenue generating or anything like that. Or to be honest, any of the apps.
They have Ray Dalio, and he's like a big proponent and a huge investor in SUI.
Okay, that's helpful. Chainlink, 12 billion. That checks out. Stellar, they're like the everyone who wasn't in the XRP army is in the Stellar Lumens army. So these are like the memes I get, the Doge, the XRP. I'm sorry, XRP fanboys. I'm not calling XRP a meme, but the valuations are meme based in my opinion. Kronos at 10 billion, Bitcoin Cash at 10 billion, Meme Core, the one that pops on the trading chart. I don't know, like this has just got to be some sort of Ponzi, but it's at 10 billion. Leo token at 10 billion, Aster at 8 billion, Zcash at 8 billion, Ton at 8 billion, Monero at 7 billion, HBAR at 7 billion, Litecoin at 7 billion, AVAX. That's justifiable. So I think now we're getting into something that you could actually start to, okay, that makes sense relative to Monad. Tau BitTens are at 6 billion, WorldCoin at 6 billion, Mantle at 6 billion. This has actually been the top performing L2 of the year. Again, so you have an L2 that's at 6 billion while Monad is at 4.6 billion. I don't know. Can anyone tell me what Mantle has going on for it that Monad doesn't? Uniswap, Uniswap, the token, not the chain, 6 billion. So that makes sense. SHIB, a meme coin, still ahead of Monad. Ondo Finance, and then obviously Trump coin at 6 billion. My point being is, I think it's got some room to run. It may not stay there forever, but it's the first Coinbase ICO. It's got $500 million behind it. It's got a lot of VCs. Clearly has market makers supporting the chart, and I don't know how high it goes, but I think it's got some room to run. I think would make sense to me. You have to add these up because they don't like in the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Bro,
Kronos?
So, I mean, for real, Kronos is that?
What's that?
So
I know, right?
Right,
Are we going to be more likely to use Kronos in a year than?
No, we're not. I've never used Kronos. I don't know anyone who has. I know there's a lot more people than just crypto Twitter. And some of these, like they have very specific use cases, like a real world asset chain and Ondo Finance. But point being is it's about 40th right now in terms of FTV. I'm just ballparking that. That just doesn't make. There's a lot of things ahead of it that I can't have zero ability to justify. Someone said story or IP. I don't even see IP on here, or I don't see story on here.
Now that you started naming all of those, and I started looking at like the top 50 and stuff, like Ton and Dot have bled in the past year. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know this from just remembering what they were a year ago and seeing what they are at now. Like, this is quite the different market than folks were thinking that we were going to get.
Yeah, maybe. I know Funky is a big Polkadot fan. Oxy, have you explored the Polkadot streets?
Yeah, some of the DeFi stuff I've explored a little bit, but it's like I don't know, it's like EVM adjacent. It feels like I think it is EVM, and like it is. It might be an L2. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it's a side chain. It's not an L2. I don't know how to display this. It's explained to me before. It's not an L2. It's a side chain, and it actually was Funky who gave me a great analogy of like highways and off ramps, and I won't do it justice, but yeah, it is EVM.
Yeah, but it just feels too like if we think blockchain and like self custody and DeFi on its own is complex for us who are crypto native, it just feels too complex for someone else coming in unless they can, make it a lot easier to understand personally. So that's why I've kind of moved away from it, just because I'm like, okay, what's the like outside of super crypto focused and native people, who's going to be the user? So that's kind of why I moved away from it and just kind of tried to learn, other things instead.
So Dobbins, appreciate this. Dobbins grabbed a screen grab down below. I'll just pin it up top so y'all can see it. Turns out 49% of the tokens are circulating right now, and a major unlock is November 26. Then all the
Monad?
That doesn't make sense. Then all the charts are wrong. It's the data he pulled looks like maybe ChatGPT says 49.35% of total supply are unlocked, 50.62 total supply are locked. Next major unlock is November 26. I wonder if this might sound crazy, but is it possible that some of like the Coinbase tokens are not showing as unlocked? I mean, the tokens that were sold through the ICO on Coinbase, that those might not show as unlocked on some of the other data aggregators. I don't know. Yeah, Von Front saying 10% of the supply in circulation as well. Probably see if I can find a tokenomics chart on Monad then, because 90% locked up is wild. But again, good for number go up. We get a lot of people defending, or not defending, I shouldn't say it that way, supporting the valuations of some of these others. For instance, we've got in Cardano, there's a lot of Kronos. Cool Chicks has a lot of Kronos, has a huge CT community. We've got there is Sui. I Can't Trade shares that Sui is Raul's from Real Vision, is his favorite AI gaming crypto. The trade long accumulated if you believe in high throughput AI gaming infrastructure. Missed in Labs execution. Short avoid if you worry about token unlock cliffs, lack of killer apps. Narrative rotation away from L1s. TLD. Speaking of that, the other thing that actually the rotation away from L1s, the thing that actually has me a little, I've been all like, this market has me confused. I was a month or two ago, I was long. I thought Sol was the major of Q4. I then capitulated on that. I still am just like waffling in ETH, and I'm like cautiously, hopefully optimistic. But the stablecoin announcement coming out of Klarna yesterday leads more concern on ETH as the home of stablecoins. Speaking of stablecoins, if you missed it, we're just like rapid fire news items at you. We'll maybe go deeper dives. Anyone's like curious or wants to talk about any more of these headline topics, I'm happy to dive into them in great detail. I don't know if any of them are like deep stories, but if there's any questions or anyone wants to go deeper, please let me know. I'll feel free to come up on stage. But the MegaEth pre-deposit USDM bridge opened up yesterday. It started at a $250 million total cap, literally filled in seconds. I mean, it broke. They didn't get it live at 9 o'clock a.m. As soon as it did go live, it filled in seconds. And then they came out and said, we're going to reopen it. We had some issues with our third-party partners. We're going to reopen it, make it $1 billion. Then there was some issue with the multi-sig, like something like once all the signers signed or 3 of the 4 signers signed, like anyone then could push it forward. And so the next opening, they opened it up, went kind of like unannounced, and they originally said $1 billion, and they changed it to 500 million, which also filled. So there's 500 million of TVL on of stables on MegaEth pre-launch. Oxy, I know you're pretty close to this one. Any like details to fill in the gaps or anything I'm missing on the? I wasn't able to participate yesterday. I do all the fluff. I did get in the last sonar round, but I had to KYC. I live here in the U.S. and I was locked out of participating because this free country we live in views bridging stable coins as a security apparently. So I couldn't participate. But anything I missed on, I would have sent over. I basically would have locked any and all stables up on MegaEth. I think it's going to be a good farm because it's not that crowded, despite the clear demand yesterday with the instant filling. But Oxy, anything I'm missing on that news nugget as far as sorry, I'll close tighter here in a second. As far as the bridge or the deposit, the reopening, anything I'm missing there?
No, I think you nailed it. You talked about the multi-sig issue. A lot of people were talking about being rewarded during with the reward campaign that they're running. So the 250 million, which was the original amount, was supposed to get, like, people had done some math on what they were expecting from the reward campaign. Sounds like that's going to be completely unchanged as far as rewards to those first 250 million. And then there's a second pool of rewards for the second 250 million to get to that $500 million stablecoin vault that they have there. So people who are worried about getting diluted on their rewards and so on and so forth, like don't worry. I guess don't worry about that because there are going to be rewards for both parties, so you won't get diluted there. It's crazy just how much money that they raised, or that was willing to throw stables and essentially lock them up for a while
without any guarantee. Like, there's rewards, wink wink, you're going to get points, or obviously everyone is expecting more mega token, but no APY. And this is a point where right now, so like think about this, truly think about this. Maybe the chains, I'll go check it now. You could go park your stables on Monad, and as of yesterday, it was you could have earned 49%. Instead, $500 million instead of that flowed to MegaEth yesterday with no returns, no guaranteed returns, only consideration for future returns. That's pretty wild. I'm trying to check the current vaults on. Man, what is going on here, though? Someone explain this to me. I still have Monad that I didn't sell that I need to do something with. And I'm going to mint some NFTs. I'll play some Bro.Fun. The rest of my Monad, I need to either, shame on me for not doing this sooner, but I need to do something today with it. I need to put it in LP, earn some fees, or put it in a vault. But
I need to do the same thing, Captain, because I was like, do I cash the rest of this out, or do I just sit on it and let it just sit there and forget about it?
There's protocol risk and everything, but I'm a firm believer if you're going to be holding something spot, like make it a productive asset. Right now, just in this Monad vault, you could earn 39% APY on your Monad.
Oh, send me the link. I'll do that.
Go to just Monad, app.monad.xyz, scroll down a little bit, and it's just right here. It's the two main vaults. They're curated. So yes, there's protocol risk. Yes, these are third parties. The Monad vault is curated by Steakhouse, the Agora, which is their comparable to like USDM, their native stablecoin. I say that loosely. It's powered by Upshift. So you do have, I don't know Steakhouse, I don't know Upshift. There's real protocol risk there. I would be shocked if Monad, who's raised $500 million, didn't do proper due diligence here. I blindly trust a new hype chain that's been building for years, that's raised $500 million. I trust their due diligence as much as I would my own on something like this. Now, if they had like 17 vaults, I would probably look at it a little closer. But the fact there's only 2 that are curated, I feel pretty safe that they're not going to rug us, but you always have that risk that you could lose everything you put into these vaults. Unlikely, but it is a potential outcome. How in the world do they only have $236,000 locked in their Monad vault right now? Like, we saw numbers. Like, I remember like every blast vault would like instantly fill with millions of dollars locked up. Everything happening Monad, price going up is good. I can't understand. Like, day one, this was in the tens of thousands. Like, what is happening here? Why is no one staking their Monad? Is there some other vault I'm just missing that's paying, or is there some LP that's there's got to be people got to be doing something with their Monad. I can't for the life of me understand why there's not more in these vaults that are on the homepage right below the fold. On the stablecoin side, back to the original point, you gotta be kidding me. It's not even showing me because where am I at? Okay, it's down. When I first looked yesterday, it was 49. Now it's 17 with still just 14 million locked up. It's not a ton, but you could earn 17%. So again, back to the earlier point, people yesterday made a decision to move $500 million to MegaEth with no guaranteed APY, just potential for consideration for future rewards, in lieu of moving those stables to Monad and parking them here for 17, 18%. 18% on stables is pretty darn good. Why is there only 14 million? I don't know. Anyone has any takes or thoughts on this? I'd be really curious, because there's still a lot of Monad out there, even though it's only 10% of circulation. what are the people doing with their monad if they're not staking it? Maybe the difference here is because it's the native token that, or just there's a lot of more trading in the degen streets or the NFT streets that I'm aware of. I don't know. I'm gonna take a beat there. I see a few new first-time callers here on stage. Hopefully they're not just clout farming, but actually do want to get into the conversation. No offense by that. I just sign of that we are back when new accounts immediately want to jump up on stage that we've not yet connected previously. That said, let's go Yimmy, and then we'll go Vexa. Yimmy, GM, what brought you up this morning?
Yeah, Jim, thank you for having me. Chris, appreciate it. And yeah, I think speaking about Monad, actually have a big question that I want to ask. And I don't know if you can actually help me give a very good answer to it. And yeah, so thing is, Monad already launched, the mainnet launched, the token launched, and there's a whole lot of specularities around the token, of how it's gonna do probably in the next coming months, or probably a month or some weeks from now. We even have some prediction market actually, making some prediction. Probably it's gonna get like a bad review or a good review on Ethos. I don't know if you know of Ethos.
Nope.
Yeah, that's. I think we have Ethos as like a review platform or something.
Oh, Ethos. So, yeah. Familiar with Ethos.
Yeah, Ethos. Yeah. So, so the question is, now the token is out, right? Either good or bad. For some people, depends on people who actually make money, and those who bought the pre-sale didn't make money and all of that. So, but the question is, what's like my concern is like, and a bit of my friends actually spoke about that. And then it's like, what's gonna be the next meta on Monad? Like, are we looking at NFTs, or are we looking at probably shit coins or something to actually keep to keep the ecosystem actually moving? Or are we looking at DEX that are actually building on the platform? We have a lot of desks where you can actually stake Monad to get 12% APY or even more than that, with like Kinsu and and more of them.
Yeah, I don't personally, I don't think the next meta is going to be meme coins or NFTs. There could be some opportunity in both, but I think it's probably much more likely it would be continuation of the prediction market meta. I mean, if you go look, I think probably right now that Monad is TGE'd, I'm guessing the top two on Kaido are Polymarket and Kalshi. They seem to be continuing to keep the top of the mind share, at least on crypto Twitter. I still think there is, Polymarket 13%, Polymarket 13%, Kalshi 10%, MegaEth 9%. I was freaking out for a second because Monad's disappeared, but it's because they TG'd, so they would not be on the pre-TGE leaderboard. That makes sense. Base Myriad popping a little bit. That's interesting. MetaWin, I see. I think MetaWin is a bad name. I know nothing about them, but I've assumed every time I see it on my feed, I think it's a scam because it sounds like a scam casino. Sorry, not sorry. That's just how I'm just being honest. That's how it resonates with me. It's a very scammy name. Same with Meme Max. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but it seems like you're grifters based on your name alone. Abstract actually popping a little bit again. Luca, if you missed it, came out. I think this was yesterday. My days are all running together this week for some reason, but I saw Luca make a claim and a video clip calling for basically a $20 to $30 billion TGE valuation for Abstract. I mean, I would be rooting for that. I'd be hopeful as a Abstract streamer, but I think that is about as much hoping as we've heard from a founder in a while. I don't think there's any world where Abstract TGE is at 20 or 30 billion. Not in this market. Maybe if they're planning on a TGE in 2027 bull market, but right now I don't see a path for them to even TGE north of $1 billion. I love the team. I love Abstract. I hope I'm wrong, but they don't have a killer dApp. They've got a cool portal that Monad mimicked seemingly. I don't know what their unique selling proposition is other than Luca in the Pudgy support and ecosystem. I don't get it. And I'm sure there's a lot I don't know of what they're working on, what they're building, but we know today, I just I'm not. I can't see that happening at all. Go ahead and get back in here, Yemi, and then we'll go to Vexa.
All right, good. I think thank you very much for that. And so I think in respect to abstracts, currently I think the kind of meta we are currently is actually the info-file meta. Where you see a lot of people actually create content. For platform like a Kaito watching and the likes. So I think abstract is just trying to build. Though I'm not streaming on abstract, but then I feel like they're just trying to build something like kind of unique, kind of to the to the old space metric and all of that. Probably, I won't say because there's no narrative of like a video file or something like that out there that we do know of that much. Where I believe if you're streaming on abstract, when you get someone actually gift you, or probably you get SPs and all of that for actually streaming on the platform. So I think maybe abstract is trying to push probably the meta, let's say like a video file meta, where you need to actually stream on the platform and then to actually probably get the SPs, and then I think at the end of the day, the SP will play a very very big role on the on the token launch and all of that. So that's what I just think about abstract, for now. But out of that, at some point there were actually some shit coins that have been played around on abstract, but then but I think the basic thing is just the video file aspect of the whole thing, to just to rank up SPs and all of that. So that's just what I have to say about abstract. Yeah.
Yep. Appreciate your jumping up. Good to connect. Vexa, go ahead and get in here if you'd like. GM. Might have caught a cloud chaser. That's all right. If so, we'll move you down to listener if you don't get anything to add. All good. Proof Alpha DGen, always a pleasure. What brought you up this morning, sir? Hopefully my audio is working. Machiavelli, can you hear me okay?
We can all hear you. They're just aura farming you.
Yeah, they're straight up.
Yeah, we can hear you.
But so am I.
It's okay. You're allowed to aura farm. You're here in
I'm lux maxing right now.
You're what maxing? Lux maxing?
Yeah.
Are you also?
Oh, you definitely are.
Makes a lot of sense. Your personality seems to be a little bit changed recently. Are you doing the? Are you also? I just saw the other, like 21-year-old that's looks maxing. He's microdosing meth. Is that and now in your daily routine? Are you microdosing meth?
How do you microdose meth?
I have no idea.
I mean, Adderall.
Well, I mean, like that's right and also not right, because it's like the chemical compound is very close. But that doesn't reduce face fat.
Metamine, it doesn't matter. So
anyway, yeah, like I've been trading Monad meme coins, which is ridiculous because they're like.
Listen, I don't want to go into the trenches because I don't want them to spend this the way I want to spend. I don't want them to take it away from me.
I do not advise you do what I do, but unironically, yes, I am. But like, you have to understand, like, I'm buying tokens at 30K market cap, and then their Tico top is 120. Like, this is like,
yeah, that's
oh, I love that game.
It's not a fun game.
Ooh, send me a link.
I do not suggest anyone do what I'm doing. Like, it's not smart.
Yeah, it is a game to get wrecked. Although I got to pull this up. This is courtesy of our friend, the Aspiring Nobody. If you're not following Aspiring Nobody, go give him a follow. I'm going to pin this up top so you can find the account if you haven't yet. One of the nicest people I've come across, one of the nicest people, one of the most positive people I've met in crypto and Web3. And it's hard to find people who are perpetually positive in crypto. Aspiring Nobody is one of them. Let me know. I asked about pools and LPs. He's using Moan USDC pool on LFJGG. It's my first time seeing this. It's the most cracked fee machine in crypto, ultrasound DLMM with hyper efficient trade flow and fee capture on Monad and Avalanche. Launch a token at Token Mill. It's been around for years and trusted, and it's like 900% currently. And he is not kidding. It is, let me pull it back up here. Monad USDC, 872%. This is where I will be going maybe during the show. I might live LP. If not, certainly after. I'm going to throw the rest of my Monad in this Monad USDC pool, or if there's another good pair, but 900% is certainly better than just sitting idle. $282,000 of liquidity, 6 million in volume. Let's see if there's any other pairs popping on the volume. There's also something to keep in mind here. This sorry, it's my first time seeing this site, so I'm just making sure I don't want to misspeak. This is, I assume this number here is the fee. 0.05% compared to 0.8%. It's a pretty big difference. So just make sure you're understanding what you're getting into on these pools. This Monad AUSD, this is like their quote unquote native stablecoin, if you will. So I may do that one. Because there's probably, I don't know, I'm guessing there may be some sort of AUSD perks or rewards at some point down the road as well. Even if not, it's a stable coin, assuming it is truly stable, because it's being promoted by Monad. I have confidence that it is. You're almost getting 2x the APR before for going with their native stable over USDC. Do your own research. This is, you can see there's 6,300,000, 300,000 in volume. Those are the top three pairs. Liquidity is on that one. Liquidity is only $6,400. So probably maybe stick with one of these. At least have a couple $100,000 in there. But yeah, whether it's LFJ or you find another LP, or just go to the curated vaults on. I'm getting made fun of because I said below the fold. Not made fun of, but Dwayne calls me a boomer. Is below the fold completely out now in web design? Is this not something that the kids still talk about? Or do Zoomers not know what below the fold is? I assumed everyone that is familiar with websites knows what below the fold. I didn't realize I'm outing myself as a boomer for making this reference. Jody, you know what below the fold is, right?
Below the fold?
Mm-hmm.
If I say yes, will you not ask me any more about it? Yes, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're being honest or not, but this
I am not being honest.
So this right here, when you go to a homepage, you see built different, built on Monad. That's all you see. Below the fold is you have to scroll down.
Oh.
So
yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
I didn't realize it was a
I'm not a web designer, so
nor am I. But
but you had to build sites in the 90s. I wasn't alive yet.
I don't think Steve was building HTML websites in the 90s. And then Riz adds, like, this is like the real boomer. Below the fold used to be, it started from the newspaper, like when the newspaper was folded in half. That's a boomer take. If you're referencing below the folds as it relates to newspapers.
Yeah, see, like I never,
yeah, you probably
never read a newspaper.
I'm guessing you never read a newspaper in your entire life.
I mean, like at school, they gave us one and then we had to do it for a project, but I never went out of my way to read a paper.
Media adds LFJ is Trader Joe from Avalanche rebranded. Okay. Yeah, it did say it had been all around from Avalanche and Monad. So, Media, do you have any takes? Have you used Trader Joe on Avalanche? Any reason not to pursue those pools over there? Looks solid to me. I guess, like, I mean, I have built websites, not personally, but I've worked with web designers and I've built businesses. Maybe it's just marketing meetings that it is. I guess it is. It's just marketing jargon. Sorry for the confusion. It's on the Monad homepage. I'll just stick with that. It's on the Monad homepage. Scroll down a little bit and you'll see the vaults. Monad homepage. Scroll down, and so the first thing you see is the curated vaults. The first thing you can see that's actionable. I guess you could click these buttons too. Machiavelli, GM, are we just joining the conversation? Anything specific that brought you up this morning or on your mind?
Oh, man, no, man. I just love coffee with Captain, and this community is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? We got treasures like Jonah coming up here. We have very informative Oxy, you know what I'm saying? Proof of Algina, that's the homie. Oh, shout out Loki, I see him in the audience. I mean, I'm just excited. We got a little gaming. We got an interview with Jorge from Solana Gaming today. Talk about the Nexus, the rollout for Netflix and Chill, or Nexus and Chill. And then we got a little gaming event at 1 p.m. EST with them. And then there's also a gaming event this evening as well. We're with Mars Cats Gang. We collaborate with them every week on their events, and they're always doing new games and stuff like that. So yeah, man, just a lot of activity out here. While the market may not be behaving like you want to, you can go behave a certain way in the other side.
Not behaving like I'd like to is the Monad chart right now it's supposed to bounce right about here. If anyone wants to play the long game with me, I'm already in a long. If I wasn't, I'd be opening up one right now. So I feel it's it's time for the market makers to flip their switch back on. By the way, I know nothing. I've never been a market maker. I've never even had a conversation.
I'm here for it, Cap. I've been watching that chart all day yesterday, and it was just like, oh man, this is pretty.
It just seems very scripted, very predictable.
I saw Wild Frank D Gods in the wild Wild Frank D Gods yesterday, and he was talking about Monad and pumped about Monad, and so I'm sticking around Monad for a while. Let's see.
I'm gonna stick around for a while too. I'm not really pumped about Monad.
He's longing and shorting it. You have to understand. Like, I'm not a speaker for you. You have to understand that like most people are not excited about anything. They're excited about the idea of making money.
Same.
And so they're gonna just do perps.
Yep, that's where I'm at. I'm not excited about Monad at all, really. No offense. They don't have any killer dApps. They don't have any, like, right now. The only thing I've found that's kept my attention for more than to check it out is Bro.fun, and it's not a novel idea. It's not a novel game.
Yeah, Bro.fun's not really like a long-term situation. Nope. It gets boring after a while.
Yep.
So Jonah, how do you feel about Omnia? Have you
Hold up. Let's stick with Monad for a bit. We'll hit on Omnia in a bit.
That is Monad.
What is Omnia?
Omnia is the Sappy Steel game that they built. That's integrating like the ton stickers and stuff like that.
When does it go live?
Pretty much. I can't give you that.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, how do I have an opinion? It's not like I can't.
It's not like so they haven't did a test or anything. I thought they were testing the game.
If they did, they didn't invite me probably because. I mean, it would make sense why, considering that
it's browser based though, Cap, just like the other side and stuff like that. Like
it's an open world, right?
No.
Upcoming pet battle and adventure game. So it's a Pokemon reskin.
Yes. Gotta catch them all. But you own the IP now. You own the Megazord or whatever Pokemon.
I just don't even give a fuck about this. You own the IP narrative. Like, okay, great. Like, I don't want to do the work to build this thing. You do it. Just make me money, or I'll be entertained. Like, I don't give a fuck.
So yeah, they've started integrating Telegram stickers into Sappy products. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have a very biased take on this because I think many have attempted to build these open worlds. Many have failed. Otherside seemingly has some real traction. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but people are having fun there. People are building there. It's, major both Web3 and Web2 brands are launching there. Just yesterday, we had Chimpers do a mint in partnership with ApeChain and Otherside. We had Amazon recently. I think instead of, I thought consolidation was inevitable, not just the NFT PFP land, but like the worlds we might hang out in together. I just believe it'd be better to join forces, get everyone in the same environment as opposed to, and I know they're different. I know it's a pet adventure, catch the pet game, but I'm not just saying this because I am biased. So I am saying it because there's some bias in here, but I think they'd be a better chance of long-term success in Otherside as opposed to their own open world where it's hard, man. It's really hard to build that. And you're not going to get, I doubt they're going to get people who are already deep in Otherside leaving there to go play Omnia, unless it is really different and a really fun game. But if it's just a new version of Pokemon, I don't know. Like, good luck competing with Pokemon. Not my world, literally and figuratively. So I'm not one to really judge. Omnia doesn't do it for me, but I've never downloaded Pokemon Go. The news of the day, and if you've missed it, the alpha of the month is Arepas. Dawn Vibes has been devouring them for days because of me, and honestly, not even mad. The best thing about them is you could probably eat them for a month straight and never have the same one. It's just they're a 10x on the taco, the burrito, the pita, anything that you as an American would think to put other food inside of. It's better than bread. It is maybe a life-changing way to consume food. Going to a Venezuelan grocery store today, too, by the way, per one of Joey's recommendations, to up my Thanksgiving spread. we'll get back on point here. Sorry for the digression. A little bit of Wednesday late cold open, courtesy of Don Vibe there in the chat. So we've got Omnia coming on Monad soon. We did have yesterday the Wassies Mint. I planned to get in on that, and I was out. I got distracted and had to deal with some real life stuff, unfortunately, and missed the Wassie Mint. Trying to see. Oh no, it's still live. Oh wow, did not mint out. Public's open. It's not minted out. Oof. So it's a 2000 Monad mint, $92. Probably not a good sign on NFTs on Monad is my initial take. Not thudding at all. This is one I was planning to mint yesterday. I fully expected I missed it. Public ends in 6 hours. So after public sale, are they if they don't sell out, are they going to burn the rest of the supply? I don't know what they're going to do. If anyone's been following this, let me know. Kind of surprised. Bearish Monad ecosystem. If their hype mint is still now I say this wouldn't be the first time a project took a little while. It was a slow burn, and then after it minted out, they dropped some news, they dropped an announcement, and things started to cook. But just seeing me, hopefully I didn't have the same face I did yesterday when I saw the impressions or the Monad chart, if you want to believe that. How do I get to the actual collection? I just want to see what are they even tradable yet? Oh no, locked from trading until all the items have been minted. So 80%, like 24 hours in, not a great start, but crazier things have happened. Is there any, other than like a 30K meme coin, have there been any runners? Chewy was one of the first mints. It is trading at a 700 Monad floor, down from, looks like last sales in the 1300s, down 30% on the day. Man, not trying to be doom and gloom, because again, I truly believe for the current state of time, Monad is underpriced relative to other tokens in the marketplace. However, but for the last few weeks, I've been saying good time for ecosystems to launch because people are bored and looking for something to do. May not equate to token number go up, but should be opportunities to make money in the ecosystems. I am much more bullish MegaEth than I am Monad because they have a lot more cool dApps and things to do in the ecosystem. I don't think we're going to get another NFT season. I fully expect NFTs to mint on these platforms. I just don't think any are going to run to crazy value. I don't think you're going to have a hyper on Monad or MegaEth. Oh, you will on MegaEth. It's the fluffles. The fluffles are already there. The fluffles are based on this today, or based on Monad's launch. Those fluffles that you minted for, I think $2,600 should be worth 52K, if my math is right, based on pre-market, and Polymarket has it at, I think, a $3.7 billion forecasted valuation. Let me go double check. Speaking of Polymarket, they also got some news that they approved it for trading in the US again. I don't think that's live yet, but actually, I think I got to go to Kalshi for this. So here's the Polymarket one. I'll go to Kalshi in a second. 85% that it's greater than a $2 billion valuation. 52% now that it's over $3 billion. That's up 7%. $4 billion is still 28%, and over $6 billion is 11%. Let me go check Kalshi since we're here. But Polymarket is coming to the US. You won't have to use it. You won't have to travel to Germany or God, we are so degenerate. Above the fold on Kalshi or the Kalshi homepage, as the Zoomers would know it as, the featured prediction market is when will Spotify release its 2025 wrap? That's what we're gambling on today. When is Spotify releasing their wrapped for 2025?
Don't they normally do it like the week of New Year's?
No, it's before that. Oh, you're saying like the week before New Year's? So the bet is before, or the market is before December 3rd is 25%, before December 4th is 81%. So it must be people are.
I feel like there's Spotify founders who love gambling, and I feel like they would know.
Yeah. So forecast.
Remember, they're a Swedish company, and the Swedish really do enjoy gambling.
I guess. All I know is we're a bunch of degenerates. Like we're betting on Spotify Wrapped and when it's going to launch. But it sounds like November 3rd or 4th is the day, based on the markets, which are relatively accurate here. The forecast now for MegaEth FTV 1 day after launch is 3.52 billion, which is up about $500 million in the last day, following the Monad success. As we said yesterday or day before, if you're in any of these upcoming trades or TGEs, we all should be rooting for Monad because it will likely have some sort of impact on upcoming TGEs as well. MegaEth being the most direct comp, or ones that inevitably they will be comped for a while, even though one is an L2, one is an L1. They're both been hyped for a long time and both launching about the same time. I'm searching for something bullish about the not Monad price, which I'll reiterate, I think it's still got room to run relative to other tokens in the market, but I'm still searching for, give me something to be bullish about the ecosystem. My new target is 5 billion. Yes. So my long, I should have said that earlier. I'm attempting to trade this chart, and really what I'm attempting to trade the market makers, quite frankly. I do think there's probably going to be some sell pressure at 5 billion, which would be a clean 2x for all the pre-sale participants, at least the Coinbase pre-sale participants. So I expect there's probably, without even looking at the order books, I expect, actually I'll look at them since I'm here now. I do expect quite a bit of sell pressure at 5 bill. My take profit number was 4.9. Last night we almost touched it, like 4.89. I thought it was 4.85. Looks like 4.89. So we almost got there. We didn't. It dipped back down to 4.4, and it's seemingly climbing again. So yeah, my thinking is take profit at 4.9 ish, and then immediately flip to a short, leave the short open and on the sell off, and then close the short after we hit I don't do TA. I'm just eyeballing the chart and eyeballing the stair step up, the sell off, the stair step up, the sell off. And I think it's going to continue to do this for a while. How long, I don't know, but that's my current take profit mark is like 4.9. And then I will flip from long to short and then attempt to close that, probably looking like right now. If the current stair step up, it's like 4.6 and going up. If it runs to 4.9, I'll close it there. And then this will probably be where I'll close the short is around the same area where it's at now, like 4.5, 4.6. I don't know. It looks like it probably doesn't. If it continues this trend, it probably doesn't get below 4.5 if it hits 5. This is not my area of expertise by any stretch of the imagination. I'm making stuff up on the fly and just I'm gut trading, not recommended. As I say, please don't follow me for financial advice. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just this is a very small bag. I'm truly just.
Cap is definitely my financial advisor. I will be following him for all his credit moves and all of his financial moves.
I'm gambling. This
not gonna lie, bro. It's massive.
I typically like to attempt to get in my bets plus EV where I think I have an edge. I don't think I have an edge here. In fact, I know I don't have an edge. This is pure gambling with a small bag, just gambling, because I, like many, am bored in crypto and I'm looking for something to do. And right now it should be Monad, and there's just not a lot going on. Largest trending tokens on Monad right now is Molendak at to Jonah's point, it's trading at $119,000.
New segment, Cooking with Cap.
Actually, we do have, I found one. NADS. NADS is trading at 2 billion. Excuse me, 2 million, which is something. Anyone find anything else other than Alpine or Bro.Fund that can keep your attention for more than a few minutes on Monad? Looks like LP it is. Let's check in on, let's go back on NFT season and check in on the Chimpers cards, the Chimpers packs. I gotta go to my wallet. I'm not seeing it on the main page now. Minted a couple of these yesterday. We had the team on. We're gonna have them back. They got another big announcement coming up. We will have them on next Monday. Rise of the Hybrids. There it goes. My brain wasn't fully functioning yet. Rise of the Hybrids. It is still minting. It's an open edition. Floor price 58 ape with a little bit of secondary volume. I don't know what y'all are doing. It does make a lot of sense because you can still go mint these things for 49 ape. But here we are. Maybe there's been some WETH offers or something accepted. So that Chimpers pack. Rise of the Hybrids looks like they've minted. I'm trying to find a number. Yeah, a few of these have sold. Like one just sold for 58, one sold for 75 ape. It makes no sense to me. You can go mint. Maybe people don't know it's still minting, but yeah, you can go mint them still for 49 ape. This is the one where you can win the 1 of 1. You can win the arcade machine. The other mint yesterday we talked about was Goki. I think I'm saying that right. I might not be. I saw a few people minted some of those. One was Riss. Riss is that mint still live as well? I'm not seeing it on the launch pad. Let me. Some feedback for OpenSea is a like usually their launchpad items are featured on the the main page, but there's some that are still open that are not featured on the main page. So like just a simple link or tab to click to see the current things minting on the OpenSea launchpad would be helpful. I don't see it anywhere. If anyone knows where this is at, please let me know. But this is pretty insane. Oh no, never mind. Let's do this. I will look for this. I know it's not great TV while I look for the launch pad, but it's gotta be there. Maybe Riss, if you can link me the collection, I will, because I was playing on many one of those as well. They got away from me yesterday and did not get there, but now I can't find it. And search doesn't work great. FlexTech GM, what brought you up this morning?
Hey, GM, how's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah, just wanted to say hi. Just wanted to check in. I had to drop off yesterday. I was at a conference here in Berlin. It was quite interesting. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say hi and join the conversation. I don't have to say anything right now, but I'm sure I will contribute at this later point.
Crypto conference or something different?
It was a different conference actually. It was Asia Berlin, so a lot of startups from from Asia, like all types of industries. Like it was very intimate and small, but it was very interesting to see what things are happening. There's like really small businesses that were exhibiting there. That's it. And like for me, it's important to also understand how how it is like the general like conference landscape. Obviously, for me, with what I'm doing, it's important to tap into those as well and not be exclusively tied to crypto conferences. But I mean, obviously, I enjoy those the most. So yeah.
No, for sure. Good luck with the conference. I did find, Briss, appreciate you sharing the link. I did find Goki. Their battle cards mint is still live, 0.02 ETH. It is at about 30% minted out. 10,000 is tough in this market. I like Shaka and the team, but it's a big number in the current landscape. But wishing them the best. I also did find a Monad NFT that is up. I think its one is already minted out. If anyone is in it, let me know if I'm wrong here. But the Mollendax is actually up 10% of the day. 3,200 Monad is the floor. No volume though, so maybe it's not minted out yet. Let me see if I can find it on Magic Eden. Yeah, same thing. They're showing some volume over there. Okay, so there's just the volume's not showing on. I assume OpenSea was already showing everything for Monad NFTs, but you can see here it's not finding any data other than the floor price. The activity is showing, but it's not showing any pricing or anything, and no data found. It's not showing any volume. So that's just some tech dots need to be connected on the back end. So I flip over to Magic Eden. You'll see there actually has been over 1 million in Monad in volume. 5 million in the last, or all-time volume. 24-hour volume's over 1 million. 196 of these listed out of a supply of 3,300. No idea what it is, but it is an NFT on Monad that's up 10% of the day. So congratulations. Looks like it minted for 2K, I'm guessing, based on some of the last sales, but I don't take that for truth. Some of these last sales don't make any sense. There's some in the 25,000s, unless we're back in the era of, oh wait, no, that's 25 something. Never mind. Yeah, I'm bullish Monad price action in the short term. Not so much bullish ecosystem and opportunities. My stair-step ups, by the way, started pulling back again, so we may not get to 5. Yeah, I found it. G-Koi. G-Koi is how you say it. Thank you. That's how you say the G-Koi battle cards. Flex, go ahead and get back in here.
Yeah, I was just wondering, you probably talked about this already, but how have you, how are you using OpenSea lately? Do you use, do you do the voyages and all that stuff?
No, I'm not. Every once
in
a while. If I have to do something, I'll go and see if there's a voyage open. Like I had to do, I know. I bought the Jesse token. So I did that. I did that on, on OpenSea because they had a $50 token base and a base bonus. So I hit 2 for 1 on the on that one, but I'm not farming it now. I'm just not trading NFTs, and I'm not really trading tokens unless there's a reason to. And I just don't enjoy being farmed. I feel like I'm being farmed by being forced to do it. Right now, yeah, the open. You can buy an NFT from Verified Art Collection, $10, get a 100 XP, or you can purchase a token on ApeChain for $50. I use it normal. Actually, not even normal. I shifted all my NFT volume and some of my token volume to OpenSea when they announced their voyages. Previously, I wasn't using OpenSea at all. I was using an aggregator like Mintify for everything because it was better on fees and it just was fast and it worked for me. I shifted all that volume to OpenSea when they started their farm. I have yet to get a chest that's worth anything. So I got a wood chest. I got an iron chest. I'm currently in an iron chest, and all I got in the chest was another chest. I've literally gotten no fees back. I've gotten no NFTs. And it's not like I was a huge trader, but I had a few thousand in volume. And it just, so I completed voyages. I just not enough. And yeah, it's become a demotivator for me to, I don't know. Not knocking them, not trying to relitigate the OpenSea farm, but I'm probably using it less than I was because my normal usage of buying and selling a few NFTs that were in the thousands of dollars got me absolutely zero, other than I paid extra fees to OpenSea. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, a lot of Monad talk, a little bit of MegaEth speculation. What else? Anything else happening this week that's not on Monad or not on MegaEth? Anyone on stage? I know Machiavelli shared some stuff on Otherside this week that's going on. We talked about those mints, but anything else? Just again keeping it real. That's what I'm looking at right now. I don't. So Matush says just go to drops on OpenSea. I don't see drops. Oh, there it is. Never mind. God, thank you. Appreciate it right there. So they do have it. Disregard the feedback. It is there. Just go to drops. You can see all the live and upcoming drops. Thanks for that. Outside of Monad and MegaEth and in Otherside, and some, if there's a team or someone I want to support, like Chimpers, it's Thanksgiving week, and yes, this is it. You nailed it. It's Thanksgiving.
Yo,
week.
I did get a bunch of Chimpies yesterday. I can't wait to get those dropped to me, because I found out that you get a one OS avatar per pack that you mint of the Chimpers.
Yep.
And like, essentially there's going to be a variety of mutant Chimpies that are coming out through those packs. So that's pretty dope.
Do we know when reveal is on that?
I do not. But yo, man, I like the cards, man. I'm gonna tell you, like, I from my collecting yesterday, it made me want to rip more packs. And I'm not that dude. Like, I'm not that dude that just wants to keep going and doing it. But like, it was that fun. And you know, the plus that I get the OS avatar, that just for $13, I'll buy an avatar. I'm not too far beyond me. That's not too far beyond me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'll tell you this: I minted 2 or 3 packs because it's on because of the OpenSea connection, or sorry, the other side connection. If it wasn't for that, I probably, even though I like the team, I'd support them. Probably not interested in a pack, but I really do appreciate them collaborating and joining forces, as opposed to going and trying to build their own open world. I just don't think there's just not enough of us here for have multiple open worlds that make it.
The team is based too, Cap. Like, there's been a lot of founders that have come through here and stuff like that. But like, watching these guys build and create their presence on Instagram, and just like the way that they do their community, it's kind of refreshing to still see that kind of cooking going on. And then, you know, them coming to ApeChain, doing the collectibles, and now the pack rip. Like, I feel like they're evolving the foundation of their brand, and like, you know, it's becoming really a Web 2 situation, just with Web 3 rails, and I'm here for that.
I think for Chimpers as well, I think they've got like a campaign on Zit as well, you know, so that's kind of giving them a momentum around the city as well. So yeah.
What is Michael? You probably know. My X search isn't working. There's a mutant. His name is Dave, but I'm not finding the full handle. You know what I'm talking about?
Devastating Dave.
Devastating Dave.
Devastation Dave.
No, I just gotta spell that right.
Yeah, he's there. He's a cool dude, man. He's a dev out here. Like, I believe he has ODK and stuff like that. He's a builder.
Not the one I was thinking though, because there was a Dave that's a mutant who they included his mutant in the card pack. That's who I'm referring to. Do you know who this is?
Yeah. Does he have the party hat?
Yep.
Yeah, he did the books where like he had the pudgies and the apes together.
Yeah, do you remember his name?
Yes, I do, but it's like at the tip of my tongue. Give me a second.
Same, but my X search is Veggie Dave is my most my closest Web3 Dave, and Veggie Dave is the only one that pulls up in my Dave searches. That's not Dave Portnoy. I promise I'm not going to go off another rant on X search and how awful it is, but I don't care about every Dave on X. I only want to know the Daves I'm following. That's it. Give me that as an option when I search. Dr. Dave Coyne. Thank you, BT Dwayne. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him.
See, I knew we could crowdsource this. So this also, it's like not only the collaboration with Otherside, but working with community people, not just Chimpers, but like this. They've got a card in the pack and is pumped about it. Like, I understand. I understand Jonah's take that he doesn't care about owning IP. That's one person's opinion. Other people do. And it's exciting. It's exciting to people to get their IP on cards, in games. It does matter. And it's part of what this interoperable world of owning our IP, it created so much curiosity and excitement early on. And now we're finally at a point where it can be realized in a virtual world. And Pudgy Penguins have done a good job with this, with their ecosystem. obviously Made by Apes is often individual driven, but I love this stuff. Shout out to Chimpers for including Dave. I have no idea the relationship or how this comes to be, but these are good moves. Again, the Chimpers team is pretty good. They probably are one of the more underrated teams in the space. Not just what they're doing in Web3, but thanks, Dave. Dave just joined the chat. Just giving you some love on your Chimpers pack, and I just think it's well done. If you want to share how that happened or how it came to be, you're more than welcome, but no obligations. I would just commenting on it.
I said something to him just like a minute ago because he was the first comment on Grateful's new article that he wrote about, the story behind his ape and stuff like that. We did a lore bubble yesterday with Grateful. And, it is awesome to just see this come, because when you've been in this space this long and you see people like Dr. Dave releasing his books, onchain and stuff like that, including IP from across different Web3 projects and stuff like that, you love to see that happen. You know what I mean? So it's nice to see them include him into the Chimpers pack. How are you doing this morning, Dr. Dave?
GM, what, anything you'd like to share? I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. We were just talking about the Chimpers pack, and I was a fan of them, including IP, not just from Chimpers, but other community people. And I think it's really cool. Congratulations on getting in there. Anything you're willing or able to share on how that comes together? What's your relationship with the Chimpers team, or how'd that happen? How'd you get a card in the Chimpers pack? And I'll be right back. I need about 60 seconds. But Dave, we lost Dave. Never mind. We'll see if we can get it back up here, and then I'll
It's so hard to say goodbye.
I will say this.
Yesterday.
Waiting on Dave to get back in here. This is my plug for Thanksgiving football. Incredible slate this week, and that's probably going to take most of my attention the rest of the day today. Tomorrow is firing as many DFS lineups and underdog drafts as humanly possible. I do have an edge there, and I don't feel the edge in crypto at the moment, other than the things we've been talking about. Some of those are kind of boring things, like, okay, I'm going to go put some monad in a vault that's going to print money, presumably for a little while, assuming there's no, the protocol doesn't rug. But after you click a few buttons, it's not an ongoing thing, not a lot to do. I'm not looking at traits or buying and flipping NFTs. So it's much more, I feel it's more of a passive time in crypto for the active participants. And sure, you could go, there was mentioned of Z, like there's a lot of campaigns out there, some tournaments, some cool stuff happening. You can go talk, create some content, etc. But my next 24-ish hours are going to be, if I have any free time, it's likely firing a underdog or a DFS build. We had Dave again. Dave, maybe take a quick lap. You keep getting booted from Lister. Maybe leave the space. Maybe force close Twitter and then come back in. And would love to get you up here if you can join the combo. But X is just being a little glitchy. We ran right up to 150 in the Bro Fund Fund giveaway, but we didn't quite hit 150 concurrent. So go share, repost the space. We'll do a Bro Fund run for $25, and if we do get it, whoever gets chosen can you can choose when we exit or if we keep letting it ride or not. Dave, GM, let's do a quick mic check.
GM, I'm so sorry about that. I clicked on accept and then the entire world collapsed in a split second. So I wasn't quite sure what was going on there.
No,
can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. And I'm going to mute my video, but I'll be able to hear you. I'm going to turn my audio up. I'm going to go refill my coffee. I'll be right back. Take it wherever you like. I am genuinely curious. I'd love to hear about your Chimpers relationship, how this card came to be. What does it mean for you? Like, I got excited about it, so I'm assuming you thought it was pretty cool. I'm excited. But yeah, I just would love to hear anything more about it. We are going to have the Chimpers team back on Monday as well, probably like 9 a.m. Eastern time. If you'd like to join us again, you're more than welcome. But yeah,
amazing.
Appreciate you joining us impromptu. I'd just love to hear more about how this card came to be.
Absolutely. I mean, I was quite surprised to find out myself, because Insight, who's one of the co-founders with Chimpers, messaged me about 5 days ago and told me that they included me in the cards, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was such a lovely.
It was just they just did it because they value you as a community member. Like it was just on a whim. It wasn't like you won something or.
No, that's right. I mean, they have featured other apes and IP before, so it was almost like, they just did this lovely thing for me. So yeah, he hit me up and said, look, this is what we've done. I am a community holder. I hold a Chimpers. have done for, gosh, well over a year. Must be 18 months now. And I'm from London. Chimpers is from Manchester. It's in the United Kingdom. So I'm always a massive fan of UK born Web3 projects. And Chimpers do. I mean, they're amazing. I mean, you see so many projects that have suffered and have kind of gone into the nether these last few years, and they've just got stronger and stronger. I'm not really on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok, but I've seen their figures. They're hitting millions and millions, and even more than that. Of viewers and subscribers. I mean, they just do an amazing job. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the boys and the entire community. I've met them in real life, and we've got drunk. We've had some great vibes, and like I said, I was just so appreciative to see My Mutant on one of the cards. I mean, it is only a common one, but for me, that is a legendary special edition, really, for me. So yeah, I'm going to be getting a physical. I'll order a physical card, because and if no one has ever ordered the physicals of the Chimpers cards, I really would strongly advise you to do it. It's just so fantastic the way they've first of all, just how it's presented in the box, and it's really premium quality, all in really thick plastic cards, like acrylic card. How cards are usually wrapped and things for kind of memorabilia, and it's all linked with augmented reality, and in fact they use the same company that I used for my book with Heroes Metaverse Adventure, a company called Collect Win, and it's just beautiful. So yeah, I was just so grateful that Insight and Timpers hit me up, and I was actually chatting to the artist yesterday, a guy called Jay Minj, and he's from Thailand, and just thanked him for the incredible artwork that he did in it. I love you've got you've got the Nexus dice that he's holding, and it's just, I mean, perfect. So thank you first of all for giving it the spotlight as well, mate, Cap, because I appreciate that. And like I said, I was just so grateful and appreciative to see my mutant used in this way. And I've been hit up by a few people who said they've writ the cards and they've got one. So yeah, it's great to see, man.
Yeah, I love it. I got I have audio's okay, right? My audio switched off.
Yeah,
something
it's good. Yeah,
in my cans. I don't know what's going on, but as long as you can hear me, I'm good. I don't need to hear myself. I've got Teacher in the chat. Teacher also got a card. Congratulations. Also love it. Teacher Labs here has a card. They also have these, like, I know they haven't announced anything, or at least I don't believe they have, but they got levels on them. I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe, this is pure speculation, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe more than meets the eye here. Here's the other thing. I did get a few packs yesterday. I saw Matoshi shared, just opened up a Grail card last night, and we'll be redeeming it for a physical one. Where, I should know this, but where do I open the packs? I didn't know I thought that I was just waiting for them to reveal.
No, you got to go to, let me get the address to make sure it's the right one. Hang on. Yeah. So you got to go to cards.chimpers.com, set up your profile, make sure your wallet's connected and things like that. And then there's a section called Rip a Pack. You click on Rip a Pack and you rip your packs open. And then if you've got, like they said, a legendary or a grail or a special, you can then order the physical for free. But if you don't have those, you can still order a physical of any of your cards, but you obviously have to pay for it. And that's what you do, all on their purpose-built platform.
Yeah, this is actually pretty sweet. I'd not explored the Chimpers website previously. It's not that I've slept on them.
It's really good. So yeah, they did a huge kind of facelift of their website. I think last year. It's built really, really nicely.
It is. It looks good.
And the graphics, when you rip open the pack, there's an animation and things like that. So it really does draw you into the dojo.
It's also very. I know they've got a huge following on TikTok, on Instagram, and they're almost covertly doing a lot to escape crypto and Web3, to expand beyond the crypto native audience. I know, and this isn't, again, I'm not PvPing. I know Klanos does a good job of this. They get a lot of credit for all that they're doing outside of crypto and Web3. From my perspective, so is this Chimpers team. I just don't see them getting the same amount of love on the timeline for all they're doing to get eyeballs and onboard those people that aren't here. And this is I'm setting my account now as I say this, but this is a very user-friendly, a very web to user-friendly site.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can add my 2 cents to this, and it's just obviously my views, and it's not just about Chimpers, it's about many projects.
By the way, Dave, if it's actually not cards.chimpers.com, and this has been the long con, you just fished me. Congratulations, you won, because I did not go to the official account and collect the official link. I took your word for it, and I just connected my.
It is legit.
So,
but yeah, always check your links. It's in there.
Don't trade like I trade. Don't eyeball charts and vibe trade. Don't do that, and never, ever, ever do what I just did and go to a site that someone gives you on a Twitter space and tells you it's a legitimate site. But
you can trust me, Cap. It's okay.
But no, go ahead. Sorry to cut you off there. I just had to.
No, that's all right. I mean, that's yeah. So first of all, go to the Chimpers account. You'll see all the links. Go into the Discord. You find all the links, so you can double check everything. But look, I think the path to success. The path to longevity in this space is diversification. It's not just diversification of your assets. It's also diversification into the markets. And the Web2 market has been around, since the 90s. It's still going strong. My main business is in Web2. And if you see companies, brands like Chimpers, bought a yacht club with Amazon and Otherside and all those sorts of things, Azuki, this is how longevity starts, by doing that transfer or that integration into Web2. So I think it's very, very smart. But Pudges do it as well with Pengu and all the stuff they do on social media to try and attract I guess new holders of their tokens, vis-a-vis they might pick up the art, the NFTs, and this is just how it works. And I think smart. I'm maybe cursed for this because people might think, well, Web3 is Web3. It shouldn't be tainted by Web2. But I think if you're in the pursuit of longevity and the pursuit of cash flow and things like that, you really now have no choice, because it's so thin right now, and we're quite insular, and it's still very new, and it's never really talked about on Bloomberg. Sure, I watch Bloomberg every day. They sure talk about Ethereum. They sure talk about Bitcoin and some of the top 5 tokens, but that's about it. There's nothing else they talk about. So I think it is a very, very smart move by Chimpers and the Bored Ape Yacht Club and Azuki to cross-pollinate into these Web2 markets to protect their longevity, which in turn, and it will take time, will mean the IP becomes more valuable, and you may see that more reciprocal relationship between Web2 and Web3 rather than Web3 to Web2. So that's just my two pennies worth. People can agree or not, which is fine, but that's what I think.
Yeah, good take. So I created my account. I'm not. It's showing my pack collection is empty, but I do have. I hope I didn't get fished, Dave. I'm kidding, but it's not showing my packs. I got a couple packs in my wallet, but they're not showing up. Any ideas?
Did you add your wallet to your profile?
Yeah, external wallet, Chimpers wallet. So it creates a Chimpers wallet. I'm assuming via Glyph, or not Glyph, but Privy.
I'm not sure actually. Yeah. So what I usually do is when I go into my Chimpers and it tells you which wallet and it says current, I usually then change, choose my external wallet as current. But it does usually pull everything in for me.
You don't have to change. Like I went to my Phantom wallet and just changed it, or not Phantom, Rabby, and changed the network to ApeChain. Thinking that might be it, but it didn't seem to.
I'm not sure. I would say maybe hit the guys up in Discord, but because they've done, it's not just on ApeChain, they've done cards on Base as well, so it brings everything in, cross chain. Maybe go to if you go to Ripple Pack and then go to not the cards. There's another one, packs. Packs should show in packs.
Yeah, not seeing it. It's okay. I'll troubleshoot offline, but
yeah, have a troubleshoot. And, you can always create a support ticket in the Discord. But I promise you, I haven't fished you.
No, I was joking. It's really not a concern. But in all seriousness, it is good advice. Don't ever. I know, Dave. Don't take someone's word for a correct link. Make sure you follow the proper one. Aspiring Nobody, can you help me out here?
Yeah, I had the same issue, so I hit them up in the Discord. You have to unlink the wallet you minted them with and then link it again, and then they should show up.
Okay. Which somebody say, well, that's not user-friendly. I'm betting it's because I am crypto native. I think sometimes there's this gap today. We've come an extremely long way. I still think there's a slight gap today for these front-end sites that are built for the Web2 audience to attempt to hide the crypto rails, whether it's Otherside or Glyph or like my Glyph wallet, or something like this, where it's actually sometimes smoother for someone who's not crypto native than those of us like us. We have our wallets and you link them, and there's just a little bit of tech on when you're a crypto native, and then you get into these sites that have the new privy type connection. That seems to be sometimes that will lead to these like glitches like I just found. But thank you for that, because I did just disconnect and connecting again now. And if this works, we'll rip these packs live on stream and see if we get a grail. That was simple. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. See what I tell you, nicest guy in crypto, the Aspiring Nobody. I said I was going to pin the post. Did I pin it? If I didn't, I apologize. But he's up on stage now, so yeah, I did not pin the post. I will still go pin that because it was actual real alpha, the best LP farm on Monad that I've been able to find. So appreciate that. But beyond his alpha, you also should give Aspiring Nobody a follow for the good vibes. No pun intended there. Just a all around great human being. And yeah, there we go. I'm gonna pin that up top. The Monad stable farm. Now we're gonna go back to Rip a Pack that we're connected, and sure enough, there are our packs. Mr. Troubleshooter, Aspiring Nobody. Here we got our packs.
It's exactly what I had to do, Cap.
Yep. So if your packs aren't showing, just unlink your wallet that they're in, relink it, and they pop up right there. We heard the animations are good. I don't know if audio will come through, but we're going to see it anyways. We're going to see if it'll work. Bear with the, yeah. We're going to rip it. Looks like no audio on mine, but it's mine. It's something I did incorrectly, not Chimpers. Hey, is Sky Guardian common? Not great. We'll take it. We'll take it. Cute. I didn't realize there's Moonbirds in here as well. Actually, I'm a big fan that it's not just apes, mutants, and Chimpers, but also incorporated some.
Yeah, there's a lot of IP in there, Cap. Cool Cats.
Coda as well. There's a Coda in there as well.
Oh, yeah, Coda in there. Yeah, there's proxies and a few other Codas are in there.
Oh, I got a legendary. Level 85 legendary.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
Which one?
Hybrid Discovery. This is I should know who this is. It's on top of my tongue. Anyone know who this game is?
Is that with the captain's hat?
No, that's the commander. That one. I got that one.
Hybrid Discovery. It's says one ape may have swung the tide of the war, but using the mysterious Nexus core to create the first hybrid. Ooh, that sounds good.
I'm going to go and quickly check that out.
Able to fight the Voidborn. So now this is one, because it is a legendary, I can redeem it. Again, this is all I just click right through there, all on the same page. Open up a new tab. That's why I had to switch it here. But so I can redeem this legendary, which would get me this physical card. It says 1 ape may have swung the tide of war using Mysterious Nexus core to create the first hybrid able to fight the Voidborn. Physical twin of this card can be purchased for free until the end of December. If you're purchasing on secondary, make sure to check the card's metadata to see if the physical twin has been claimed. Cool. Awesome. GG's. Thanks for...
I got 3 legendaries. I didn't know we could claim the legendaries. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So we got one sky... we got the Moonbird. We got the legendary here. And then let's go back and rip our other pack. Last one. Give me some more lucks. Let's get the arcade machine this time. You guys don't mind sending those good vibes. I'll take the arcade machine. We've got a Ghost Eater, uncommon. Not sure what this character is. Where this IP is from, but there's the character, the Ghost Eater. The search for truth leads to the most dangerous and most invigorating places. So the last one, the second one was the legendary. This time it's going to be the this one is going to be the 1-of-1 arcade machine. Nope. But cute little dimension hoppers. I'll take it. 1 out of 4 being a legendary. I can't complain. Appreciate the good vibes this morning, and may go back for more. But happy with the legendary. I'll probably redeem it. It'll look good in the background. And yeah, well done on the site. And if you had any issues with your pack showing up, all you gotta do is unlink the wallet they're in, relink it, and they should be right there. Appreciate all the help today. Dr. Dave, congrats on your card in there. Teacher Labs, congrats on your card in there. And appreciate all the help getting through that this morning, especially Aspire Nobody, who was my real-time troubleshooter. Thank you, Dort. Yeah, the lab coat. Pablo, that's who it was. Yeah, Pablo is the lab coat. Yeah, the redeem cards are insane. Looks pretty nice. Excited for that one. Yeah, it feels pretty good. I mean, that was like I got to go back and see, but I think that was... I think the legendaries are... pretty rare. Like let's just look at these odds real quick and then we'll move on. If anyone has any other thoughts, anything they want to chat about today, anything we haven't hit on this morning that you're hoping we did cover, let me know in the chat or throw a request up. So the odds of these things, the specials start at like 0 or 0.2% odds, 1%, grails at 1.3, legendaries at yeah, that was a 3% odds. So 3% odds on pulling 4 cards. I'll take it. We're running good. I'm gonna parlay that luck into my DFS and underdog drafts later today. I don't think I have time today, but I might fire up an impromptu stream and just talk through underdog drafts. I think there is some real edge to be had in the Thanksgiving Day slate this year. Thanksgiving slates, usually there's at least one bad game. They're all pretty good, at least on paper this year. And I think there's some plays that an underdog, not everyone's going to get drafted, and I think it's going to be relatively easy to build unique lineups, much more so than on the DFS slide this week. So yeah, congrats to me. Pulled a hybrid discovery this morning, and my monad long is back on the stair step up. We're at 4.77. It's like I feel like a game of chicken. This literally, I'm like talking like a few $100s. It's not anything crazy. I miss this activity in crypto. I'm not a great perps trader. I'm kind of at this crossroads. Like, what do I want to do here beyond creating content and commentary? I'm not a great perps trader, but I enjoy the game and certainly enjoy the dopamine. And I'm not willing to start racing digital horses again. So I'd like to find something beyond just trading perps that does the same for my dopamine as does watching charts. Let's go back to Davecoin real quick, and then we'll go to Oxy. Davecoin, go ahead and get back in here.
I'm just going to say congrats on the pulls. You got some lovely ones there, mate. And thanks for having me on. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to make some lunch, but I'm going to still listen to the rest of the show. And just to answer Machiavelli's point, you can redeem legendary grails and specials for free, but you can still redeem non ones for a very small amount of money. It's like, £20, so whatever that is in dollars, plus shipping, of course. So you can still get a physical of the ones that you like as well. So just to put that out there. But yeah, have a good day and happy Thanksgiving and all that stuff. And hope all well. And yeah, I'll see you soon.
Likewise, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, sir. Appreciate you joining us impromptu today, and congrats on you on the card. You may not pulled a legendary on stream today, but congrats on getting your good looking mutant in the pack.
Thanks, brother. All the best.
Likewise. And safe travels. Anyone who's traveling over Thanksgiving, please be safe out there and take your time and no rushes. Oxy, go ahead and get back in your tickets wherever you'd like.
Yeah, so I don't know if anyone or everyone saw Ultra's post about MegaEth's daily revenue. So based on daily revenue from yesterday, they're number 5 for all overall chains, simply from their USDC to pre-deposit for USDM. So this obviously doesn't take into account Hyperliquid because it's an app and not a chain. Hyper EVM is counted in this, but they'd be lower than MegaEth. But MegaEth, a chain that hasn't been deployed yet, is the 5th highest in revenue generating per day after yesterday. So hilarious stuff and crazy numbers.
When you cite that, are you're saying they should stay there? That'll be the daily revenue they're making just off the yield on having those stables, or no?
Correct. Yep, that's absolutely correct.
It's insane. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's literally insane. They're the number 5 chain in daily revenue. They haven't even their pre-launch.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's a stable coin. Okay. Why didn't every other chain that came before them do this? Other than maybe Plasma, but was Plasma structured the same way? Not the same, but
it wasn't. So it was supposed and this is what I don't understand. In theory, it was supposed to be the USDT Tether chain, right? And even though you can use USDT on the chain, Tether doesn't appear to be dumping that revenue back into the chain, into Plasma. Like it's just on their balance sheet. It's on their income statement. It's not coming back into Plasma like we thought it might. And that's the difference here. It's MegaEth's, that's MegaEth revenue that's going directly to the chain. Tether and Plasma are 2 separate entities, although related in some way. It doesn't seem to be the same relationship.
It's insane.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
So basically, they're going to be making, just off the 500 million in stables, $54,000 a day, which ranks them 5th right now in the last day, behind Solana, which was at 90K, Base at 101K, Ethereum at 122, and Tron at 935. What the hell is Tron doing? Is that all sticker driven? What's
that's a good question. Probably sticker driven. A lot of these, most of these are transaction based revenue generating, because they're all live, right? So I imagine it's a lot of transaction generation, but I don't know if sticker revenue goes directly to Tron or not, or if it's a third party app. But I imagine most of it's made up of transaction volume.
And the beauty of this is their floor. I don't see that 500 million going down. It's probably only going to go up from here when it's open to more people. No one in the US could even participate. It was really set up. If you weren't in the pre-sale, you probably weren't able to get in this, and it's likely only to go up. There's been no other than consideration for future rewards. There's no promises. The number probably, I fully expect it to be north of $1 billion in stables on chain once it goes live. So now you're talking 100K a day in revenue. That's not transaction driven. It's just they've built the best mousetrap. They've built the best mousetrap. I am biased. Yes. Show me something that no one's been able to poke holes in other than well, it's just, what do they have other than speed? Well, speed matters. They have a native stablecoin. Obviously, if you didn't believe me before, native stablecoin matters. It's going to be printing them $100,000 a day. And here's my crazy, out of left field, probably never happens. But why, Oxy, why doesn't ETH launch their own stablecoin?
Yeah, great question. To be honest with you, I mean, yeah, great question. I don't know.
Seems
I
like
don't
the lowest
understand why.
hanging
I guess
fruit in
it's
all
just
crypto.
too hard to get mindshare at this point. I don't know.
Is it though? MegaEth literally just
Yeah,
launched. They're pre-launch
yeah,
and they
true.
just captured $1 billion. Like, you can't tell me ETH couldn't do something similar. Like, I mean, I can't. It seems like the biggest value leak that's existed in crypto for the last 5 years, that value leak going to Circle and Tether. You're talking quite literally two of the most, if not the most profitable companies on the planet per employee. And no one, and it's not like, yes, I know it. I'm not trying to downplay. There's tech involved, and it's gotta be one-to-one. You gotta have the capital to make sure it actually is stable and it's actually backed by something real. There's plenty of money. There's plenty of capital in not just crypto and in financial markets. I can't understand. Like, look at like Pump Fund launch, and they were printing money. You saw dozens of Launchpad competitors pop up. You see Hyperliquid having massive success in the perp market. You see dozens of perp competitors pop up. Until MegaEth, though we did this, we haven't really, like, yes, I know there's other stable coins, but none of that have really taken off. And more so, we haven't seen native stable coins by chains, like a chain's native stable coin until this. I really, really struggle to understand what the hell Ethereum Foundation is thinking that Circle and Tether are making more in revenue off of stablecoins on Ethereum than it is Ethereum. Makes no sense. And then every time I see this chart too, and I see daily revenue and I see Ethereum barely above base, the fee structure is broken. It's way too beneficial for the L2s relative to Ethereum. I'm not even going to go down the rabbit hole of tempo and what the Clarda and Stripe stablecoins are going to do to Ethereum. But right now, like, one of the big use case, not the only, but one of the big use cases for Ethereum is stablecoins. I have no confidence that, like, I don't see how they even hold market share in the stablecoin business, let alone grow, when you have things like because you could not know anything about crypto and someone on a one pager, or give me 30 seconds to explain what MegaEth just did with the stablecoin and how that relates to all the other chains and how much money USD and Tether is making, or USDC and Tether is making, Circle and Tether, and then not connect dots where other chains are going to do the same thing at some point. Whether maybe it's a lot harder for existing chains to do it. If a new chain launches from this point forward and they don't launch with their own native stablecoin, you're doing it wrong. Why would you give it? Like, you need a product. You can't rely on transaction fee alone. Selling block space is not going to cut it anymore. It might have a few years ago. There's just too many options. It's like, if you think you're going to survive on selling block space, it's a race to the bottom, and you're going to have to do. You have to have a killer dApp. If that's your business model, is generate revenue off of sequencer fees, off selling block space, you better have a killer dApp. Otherwise, you're going to be one of these chains that does like $27 in revenue. I'm not even exaggerating. There's some of these, we were talking about the ones earlier that are still valued above Monad. There's literally chains that are valued in the billions of dollars that do hundreds of dollars a day in fees. Not 50 grand, but like $54. Because they don't have they have no products other than block space. Might have went a little hard there, Oxy. Anything to correct on that take?
No. That's, I mean, it's very real. I think there is going to be an aspect of, like, obviously every chain can do their own native stablecoin, but there's going to be chains that do it wrong, and there's going to be stablecoins that do it wrong, and they end up blowing up and depeg, just like we've seen in the past. Like, it's inevitable that someone tries to, like, like, gamble their way to, like, make it the better stablecoin or something along those lines, and then that is where people will automatically want to revert back to, like, a Circle or a Tether, because it's tried and true and they haven't depegged, and Circle's a publicly traded company that they have some security in that, and so on and so forth. But you're right, there is a huge value leak. I mean, it's just absolutely massive. And maybe to put it into perspective for you on, like, how big this could be for MegaEth, but then also how massive of an industry stablecoins are. So looking at Base, they have $4.8 billion in stablecoin market cap on their chain. Arbitrum, 4.3 billion. Solana, 13.3 billion. And then I just picked a random one, like Polygon's 3 billion. Oh, I picked up, where's another one? I was going to look at another one here. We were talking about one earlier and Chronos. I think you were talking about Chronos.
Mm-hmm.
They have 180 million of stable coins. So like, and this is 99.95% Circle and Tether currently on these other chains.
Yep.
But just to put it in perspective, $500 million is generating this much revenue for MegaEth. Where it could go is absolutely insane, but where it's also like chains are also losing out on tons of revenue is through these other players.
Yeah, and the counter, the pushback here is from I Can't Trade, who I respect's opinion, says, nope, you're missing it. Long term, I am missing it. I don't understand. I need more explanation. Says long term, Amazon Meta will have their native stables, but they will run off of USDC or USDT after it goes public. Why though? Why would they? Because I hear you. Circle's a public traded company. What is Circle's market cap? Circle's market cap is I gotta confirm I'm not a robot. I may or may not be in Germany this morning. Give me a second. Load. Circle's market cap is 16 billion, which is not nothing, but you're talking about Amazon. You're talking about a Mag 7. Like Amazon's market cap is a lot bigger than 16 billion. Meta's market cap a lot bigger than 16 billion. Amazon's 2.43 trillion. They have the trust of the public. Why in the world would they bleed out revenue to Circle or Tether when they're bigger? They don't need Circle. They don't need Tether. Meta's a $1.54 trillion market cap. I really struggle to understand this take that I understand USDC is the establishment's pick for stables today. ETH doesn't get adopted without this. That's my concern about ETH is I think Circle and Tether are both going to lose market share to upcoming startup stables like USDM. In addition to Circle and Tether losing share, ETH is going to lose share to things like Tempo. It's happening. It's happening right before our eyes. Native chains bring more risk. Yeah, they do. Security's not there. The USD petrodollar equals stablecoins. I don't disagree with that. I also agree everything will be tokenized. It makes no sense for ETH to do this. Why not? If MegaEth can do it, like, let me go back to that chart because here's what's going to happen. Once MegaEth goes live, just do the math. MegaEth goes live and they just more than double they make no other money. They make no revenue off sequencer fees. They make no money. Let's just hypothetical. MegaEth's only revenue generation is off yield of their native stablecoin. They're going to be outpacing Ethereum's revenue on a daily basis as soon as they go live. I'm pretty confident in saying that. That's crazy to me. Just like think about that. Like, and you're sitting on the Ethereum Foundation, like, we have a business here. We're trading currently like 400x what our metrics would support on valuation of our native token compared to the fees and the revenue we generate annually. We got to grow the number. How do we grow it? The easiest, lowest hanging fruit that I can even think I've seen in the entire time I've been in crypto, USDE or EUSD, whatever you're going to call it, like USDC and Tether. I don't know. I'm talking myself in circles here. I just can't understand why more chains aren't launching their own native stablecoins. Because USDC, it's not like the product is security and trust, right? That's what they're selling to make sure it's not going to depay. Make sure it's actually going to be still worth $1. If I put $1 in, there's something else, whether it's actual T-bills or gold or something that is going to hold that dollar value and make sure that I'm always going to be able to redeem. I agree with you, like a brand new chain, like a startup chain, someone spins up a chain, which could be done very easily today. Like, okay, This is not picking on them. I'll use both, so no one thinks I'm being overly biased. If Abstract launches a stable coin or ApeChain launches a stable coin, I could fully understand that argument that there's not going to be as much trust there in a startup L2 or L3's native stablecoin as there is in Ethereum. MegaEth is proving that there's people are willing to trust a startup stablecoin as long as it's. I don't know how to even support the reason. It's just kind of mind blowing if you think about it. Not just the 500 million that got sent over yesterday, but how much money they're going to be making pre-launch, and it's not variable. Its variability is if people take their stables off of MegaEth, which they're not going to do for a while. It's variable if, I guess, rates go lower, but it's not like a daily fluctuation like you're seeing with like so many chains that are all transaction based on their revenue, so sequencer based. I just don't think that, like, I don't say it doesn't work. It obviously does. Look at Tron. That is not very sustainable, in my opinion, or predictable or forecastable. Financial markets love certainty. They love predictability. MegaEth is going to have one of the best looking financial statements, one of the best looking P&Ls of any chain that's come before it. So much so that looking at this, there's a world where it's not only number 5, there's a world when it launches. Now, it's kind of crazy. I think it's going to go from 54K to 935K, whatever Tron did yesterday. But there's a very realistic world that at launch, MegaEth is generating more revenue on a daily basis than is Solana and Ethereum. And you're telling me it doesn't make sense for ETH to launch a stablecoin? I love I Can't Trade. It's been one of the great additions to the Coffee with Captain community over the past year. Really grateful to have him in here every day. Brings great charts, brings good thoughtful takes, educated takes. And also aware, like, the ties I understand USDC is entrenched, but they're not going to be the only one. We're already seeing that. I think there's room for more than just those two, because other than being entrenched and being tapped by the powers that be, it's not a unique product. It's not like there's, at the end of the day, a stable coin is a stable coin. The differences is security, protocol risk, who's backing it. Do you trust that your dollar in is going to get a dollar back? And I believe more than just 2 companies can do that. I also, in my business world, when margins are insanely high, what is the saying? Your margin is my opportunity. It's never been more evident in my entire life than there is in stablecoins right now. You can't, like Tether and Circle are just making far too much money for a product that, for all intents and purposes, is relatively simple.
Rails to do it. I mean, just look at MegaEth. They're using Athena's rails in their infrastructure to build out their stablecoin. Athena is probably profiting like a certain percent, or like a very, very small, just like any transaction based credit card or whatever, like transaction volume that way. But that, you might be right, they might be using Circle's infrastructure, but at the end of the day, they're going to have their own stablecoin because they want to earn the majority of that percentage, like 4% treasury bond rate, directly into the company. They're not going to be sacrificing 4% to Circle when Amazon can get 3.9%, or whatever the fraction of a share is. And this is very common, like using other people's software and what they've already developed to build on top of, but then ultimately have your own product that's built on top of that same technology, and then giving a small percentage back to them. I mean, I agree that's probably going to be the future of these things, but that's just to make it easier and quicker for someone to deploy a stablecoin. It's not foregoing that revenue
to be paying attention to right now in crypto, because there's so much money to be made there. Something that for all intents and purposes, from the entire time I've been in crypto, there's been two players. It's been USDC and USDT. It's been Tether and Circle, and that's been it. You wouldn't. I'm sure there's other stable coins, but you wouldn't have trusted other stable coins. And maybe, just maybe, this is coming to me in real time. Maybe it doesn't land. Oxy, do you think anything has to do with the Terra Luna collapse? Did that scare everyone off of launching new stables because of that collapse? It was an algorithm. It wasn't a true stablecoin. It was an algorithmic stablecoin, not a one-to-one back. It obviously crashed. People, lost everything. Did that maybe scare people away, scare chains away from doing their own stables, thinking they couldn't acquire the trust because Do Kwon and Terra Luna had eroded all that trust?
Was my first loss in crypto.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, this, and it even goes beyond Terra Luna. Like, they were obviously a stable coin, but the reason why FTX collapsed as well is because instead of, like, if you put one Solana in FTX, they backed it by tokens that were not Solana, but that were worth, quote unquote, worth in USD the same amount as that one Solana. So, like, their proof of reserves, if it came back and it was like, oh yeah, we have your one Solana there, but in reality it's not your one Solana. It's like, it's 100, whatever shitcoin, enter whatever shitcoin here that backs it for the US dollar. So, like, this is where the issue lies, is that the dollar for dollar that you put in Terra Luna wasn't there. The Solana that you put in the FTX wasn't backed by something worth. So then if the shitcoin went to zero, your Solana wasn't worth what a Solana is worth. It's whatever that shitcoin was worth. But back to your question, that's 100%. I mean, I think that's 100% is like, everyone's like, we're not touching this with a 100-foot pole. The circles and the tethers, they've got a monopoly on this. Everyone trusts them. What have you? We're entering a different world now where crypto and tokenized treasury bonds and all these different things are coming on chain to where it's more verifiable. It's a more mature space. It's just that trust is a little bit more there than it was, what was that, 2021 or 2022 when Terra Luna blew up? Maybe before that, I can't remember. Anyway, but it's just a different world that we're in now, to where I think that trust kind of been built up again, and the infrastructure has been built up to where something like a MegaEth can launch their own stable coin and people can trust that it's backed by, something real. And I think that's kind of the difference these days.
Appreciate it. Agreed. Great take. Also, I Can't Trade keeps bringing the heat in the chat. Reference the recent All In podcast, which they're super bullish Tether. They had the founder on recently, and they're Tether bulls. And while I agree, I also think, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure All In actually used the exact phrase I just did in discussing this, referencing your margin is my opportunity. And I don't care I don't care if it's stable coins, I don't care if it's widgets, I don't care if it's cell phone rate plans. I don't, like, anytime there's a new emerging industry and you see someone making 90% margins, someone is going to erode that margin. It just doesn't, it's not sustainable. Now, the counter to that, again, he's bringing the heat. If you're not following I Can't Trade, you need to go follow I Can't Trade, because he says it's not what, it's who. Most of the reserve is now invested via the Circle Reserve Fund, the money market fund managed by BlackRock, which holds cash in short-dated U.S. Treasuries. As part of the reserve architecture, BlackRock also pays direct operational role. It manages the bulk of the reserve assets back in USD via bespoke money market fund, Circle Reserve Fund. He also says, yes, Terra Luna is why we didn't see more of this. This is saying, BlackRock saying we trust this. And there was another comment I was gonna give credit to as well, but it was something. It's who's controlling it, right? Like who are the powers that be that want this to be the tapped new petrodollar? And I agree, all that stuff checks out to me. I just also think it's not over. I think we're going to see a lot more of this. And man, I had one other thing I wanted to show, and I promise to let you get out of here. Anyways, I'm bullish stablecoins. Never thought I'd be saying this, but extremely bullish stablecoins, especially new stablecoins. Go ahead, Oxy. I'll give me the air cover. I'll check and see if I can find what I was trying to share. And then we are going to do a Death Dot fun run. So Aspire Nobody, if you're still with us, don't go anywhere. I know we just came up short just of the 150 concurrent, but I'd love to do a bro fun run with you if you're up for it. At least I can do for helping me find that 800% yield on my monad today, my LP pool. Go ahead, Oxy.
Well, yeah, sorry, I don't want it to be a live debate here, but I guess speaking to I Can't Trade's comment here, so there's stable coins that aren't going through BlackRock or aren't going through the Circle Reserve Fund, like Wyoming stablecoin, like the state of Wyoming stablecoin is not invested through this. They're invested completely separately on their own, through in like holding actual T-bills directly from the government. So like there are ways to do it without going through these third parties where you have to shave off a piece to go to someone else. Like this is what a stable coin, quote unquote, should be, is like going out and buying the treasury bills themselves. So that is very real, and that's actually happening. MegaEth decided to go a different route through Ethena and through BlackRock's build, but that's not the case for all of stable coins, and that's not the case. I don't think that's going to be the case from here on out, because I just don't. I think people are going to want to cut out that middleman. They're not going to want to be, that margin that quote you keep saying, Cap, is like, that margin is going to continue to get eroded away, likely going to get eroded away if you start using third parties, so on and so forth. But I think the true stable coin down the road isn't using a third party that's investing on your behalf. It's going to, well, maybe it is, but it's more so buying that direct treasury bill. You don't have to shave off some of your revenue. You don't have to share any of that. I mean, look at Coinbase. They have to, or Circle, they have to share so much with Coinbase. Yep. Their rev share with Coinbase is like 50% or something astronomical.
Yeah.
That is not sustainable. And it's going to start moving away from that, because one, you're going to have stable coins like USDM that's coming in. They might start taking some of their share. And then Ethena comes in and they're taking some of their share. They're going to have to start shaving off these dead weight, so to speak, where they're losing out on revenue, they're losing out on profitability. And this is just another way to do it, is cutting out that middleman and just, going directly to the source and in getting your revenue from like not real T-bills, but like directly investing in T-bills yourself. So I just wanted to, add that point.
Yeah, no, great take. I agree. And the last thing I was going to add on what I Can't Trade added in the chat was talking about control and keeping risk limited. These big companies, Amazons, the Metas, et cetera, will not be paying those same rates that pay today. And I will agree with that. I think the two things, or probably both, happen is Circle and Tether lose market share to new startups, USDM and others, or their fees reduce. And it's probably both. I don't see a future where Tether and Circle's margins remain the same eye-popping numbers they are today. There's just way too much money. And yes, these bigger companies, if they go them, if they build out and their stable coins become just USDC or USDT, or they're just using those rails, it's probably much more likely that it's a tenth of the fees that they're currently paying, or it's something like we just saw with USDM and Ethena. By the way, my other long, I'm gonna keep the monad long running, but I'm also going to be opening an Ethena long. I think that is, everyone's talking about this. Everyone's talking about this MegaEth stable raise in their revenue. Athena's not making nothing on that. And let me check. ENA is it's basically flat on the day. So like that is underpriced to me. If MegaEth continues to have the success they've had and the stablecoins stay there and the stablecoins grow, I don't even know what the split is, but I'm guessing Athena's making some money on that. And I think that could be the future for Tether and USDC. It is their infrastructure. There's some sort of relationship there, but it's hard for me to envision. And maybe it's a completely different world or completely different conversation. We're talking massive Web 2 giants, Amazon and Meta, versus brand new blockchains. I think a brand new blockchain is out of their effing mind if they launch in 2026 without their own native stablecoin. It just does make no sense to me. Let's do this. We'll wrap things up with some fun here. Some Thanksgiving Day fun. I'm thankful for all of you. I'm especially thankful today for the 800% APY I'm going to be getting on my Monad pool, thanks to Aspiring Nobody. Aspiring Nobody, our first listener bro.fun run. I've got it here. Do you want to? I'm going to let you call each cup. Do we want to shuffle the cups? You want to start? Because the other thing I can shuffle these, and it might give you 2 cups, might give you 3 cups, I'll give you more cups. This one is currently, we're going to start at a 1.18x. Do we want to roll with the current one, or do we want to shuffle them?
We'll roll with, but real quick, funny story. I was playing this the other night on my couch, and my wife sat down next to me, and she's like, "What is that?" And so I explained it to her, and I let her do one. I was like, "All right, pick a cup. We're playing for real money." And she got like 1 right, and then she lost. And then I ran through and got like 5 right, and won a good amount. And she's like, "So I'm just unlucky, and you're better?" And we started laughing. But I joked around when she lost. I'm like, "Man, you just cost us $400." She's like, "What? Really?" And I calmed her down real quick. But yeah, it's fun. Let's do it.
So 500 Monad here, roughly $25. Is my math right? I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It took me forever to get the ETH pricing to USD conversion in my head. Finally got that, and now everything is skewed as a result. And I struggle with something, even though it should be divisible by 10 and should be easy math. 500 Monad is 23.38. So 23.38, about $25. Let's at least 2x this thing. But you could run if you want to do a God run and run it as long as you run. It's completely your call. Just when we're done, send me your wallet, and I will send you. Hopefully we win here. Hopefully we don't bust. But so we're going to run this one. Is that right? Instead of shuffle, we're going to start here.
Yes, I'm seeing it right. The 5 cups.
Yep. Is that good?
That's good with me.
All right, which cup?
Let's go front left.
Front right here.
First row with just the 2 of them on the left. I think there's a lag on what I'm seeing.
If you're on abstract, there is a lag. Probably is a lag on all of them. But yeah, there's 5 cups. When you're saying there's 2 in the front row, 3 in the back, you want to go the 2 in the front row and the 1 on the left?
Yes.
Hey, good one. Now we got 3 cups. This would be 1.78x if we hit it.
Let's go back right.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Good run so far. Now we got 4 cups. The 1-2-1. 2.37x we hit it.
1, 2, 1. Let's go middle left.
Middle left. Hey, this is our best run yet. Now we're at same thing. 1, 2, 1. If we hit, you could cash out at 2.37x. So that'd be a little over 1,000 Monad. Or you can run here for a 3.16x.
Let's go back cup. And we'll end here if it goes through.
The next one, if we do hit this one, I mean, I'm no pressure. If you want to end, we can end. But it gives you a little preview here on the side what's next. And the next one would be a 3.69x. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cups compared to the one after that. There's only 2 cups. So the next one, theoretically, by math, is easier than this one. But if we hit this one and you want to cash out, all the power to you. Which one did you say, though? I apologize. You said back one?
Yes.
Come on, let's run good today. All right, so cash out at 3.16, or you could up it to 3.69. You've got 7 cups to 232. I would tell you my advice, if you do go this one, the next one's it's only 2 cups to go to 7.38x. That's, 50-50 you bust there. But do you want to take this 3,000 Monads? Not nothing.
Yeah, I'll take the safe win. We'll cash out. And on a high note.
Yeah, so it's like 1,500 Monad. That's $70. Not a bad morning. Maybe as much as your APY over there on that LP you just gave me. So we're cashing out, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Congratulations. Do me a favor. DM me your wallet right now. Also, speaking of wallets, there's a couple people that won some BZ Claw pulls. I'm still waiting those wallets. I'll follow up, but I've got some things in my wallet I need to get distributed as well. If you were one of the 2 that won the BZ Claw pulls over the past week, let me know. But congratulations. We got payout of 1,000. I didn't even see the number. 1,585 Monad. That's a nice little, might buy a turkey. 1,500. I haven't quoted. Yeah, $74. So congratulations, Aspiring Nobody. Appreciate you. I mean, beyond the alpha today on the LP poll, just appreciate you being a good human and one of our most loyal listeners here, tuning in every day and giving us the love. Greatly appreciate you and appreciate everyone. Thank you all for supporting us on a holiday week. I know a lot going on out there. We're also that win put us up to the top 100 on the Bro.Fund. So we both win today. Sorry, nobody wins 1,585 monad, and I'm climbing that leaderboard. Ways to go to the top few. There's someone that's got 65,000 monad, really pulling away with it, but good start. Hope everyone has. Also, one last reminder: if you head up top, scroll like halfway through, special Thanksgiving Day host is pinned up there. I'll go pin it again. It'll be all the way to the left. The one and only Steve K. Bark will be back for a show tomorrow. I'll be joining in via audio only. But let's have some fun celebrating Thanksgiving morning together. If you have the time and you don't have family stuff kicking off early, say 8 a.m., we'd love to have you join us tomorrow. With that, if you are traveling today, traveling tomorrow, safe travels out there. Have a wonderful holiday season. Hope you all get to spend some time with loved ones and enjoy whether you're minting anything or you're playing Bro.Fun or you're doing a passive LP with some stables, and enjoy the day. And we'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern via audio. No stream the next 2 days, but we'll be back live on stream Monday with another special guest. And as my buddy Steve would say, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, everyone.
Thanks for tuning into Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin. We hope you enjoyed the show, and remember, nothing we discussed today is financial advice. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Welcome to the future.